Arming complete.
Sir.
What's that?
Oh, my refuel rearm just completed. Sometimes I usually don't fly on Discord push to talk or voice activation. So I've realized I talk to myself a lot.
I definitely talk to myself a lot too. Gotta switch this, I gotta switch that.
Yeah, it helps, man.
So what's your over-under on when the Apache's gonna come out?
Oh man, I have no idea. I'm the worst DCS fan, man. I really just don't get involved in any of that stuff.
Well, you know, you're probably better off for it. You have no emotional attachment to it.
Yeah, man, shit comes when it comes, and it is what it is.
You know, it's crazy to think that the F-16 has been out for like 2 years, and I can't believe that. I'm like, that's amazing.
That's crazy.
I feel like it's been out that long.
How long has the Hornet been out?
3.5?
Yeah, or more. I can't remember.
I know I waited a long time to get the 18 because I was just like, I'll wait and see. I think I came into the Hornet, it was a year old, so I've been flying now with JTF for 2 years, 2.5.
So I flew with DCW3 on FSX with the Superbug, and then we eventually moved to DCS when the 18 was imminent, and then so we flew the F5s around just for training's sake.
Right.
And then when the F18 dropped, it didn't do anything. But man, that's been a long time. Holy crap.
I love my 18.
Looking forward to that F15E, but that's another thing, man. I'm not getting any younger, man. Eventually, we're all gonna be old. Can't wait for that new. Can't wait for them to finally fix the freaking JDAMs on this thing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I VRS'd it. Ouch. I'll try flying a Gazelle since I crashed the Huey, or I VRS'd it.
Yeah, man, they're all free.
That's right. That's what I like.
Gotta figure out how to shoot these guns and rockets, man.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'd say though, to come up with that thing.
What's up?
I think the Apache will be fun to make missions for.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, it's a whole different type of warfare. We're gonna have to figure out how to implement this big group part.
those new modules, I just hope that guys enjoy it enough that they stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like when, you know, it's fun flying with people you've been flying with for a couple of years.
Right. We got the new guy, like Blizzard and Heat and Ghost, all these guys coming to the back, but a lot of them don't fly.
Right.
So they've got to keep, like Blizzard doesn't want to fly at all. He has absolutely zero interest in it. So we got to keep them interested enough to want to be around to fly. Or not fly, excuse me, to, you know,
Do their GCI?
Yeah, just be GCI or just be JTAC. Like, Combined Arms got some love this go around, it looks like. So it'll be interesting to see how that. Like the way they described it, I thought we could do that anyway.
Oh yeah, like change scenes and stuff.
Yeah, do that already.
You should be able to do that, you know.
You just click on the map and click the unit you want to move to, and then you just move to it. That's what I thought you could do before.
I read that as like in the tank you can occupy a different seat.
That I don't
Yeah,
know.
you could do that. You could do that before.
Interesting.
Maybe it's ED to remind us of something we forgot about and make it a new feature.
Yeah, surprise! Now thank us.
I've enjoyed jumping in the Bradleys and shooting shit. Since that's what I did in the Army.
Hey man, you're not a red-blooded American if you didn't enjoy shooting shit.
That's what people ask me. They say, "Do you miss anything about the Army?" I'm like, I miss blowing shit up.
Yeah, I miss spending thousands of dollars in ordnance.
Because it's insanely fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious. I told it to auto start this to Gazelle. It tells me the auto start is complete and the rotor's not even going.
Probably because it doesn't have any gas in it.
Oh, that's probably right. Damn it.
These freaking planes.
Who the fuck made this map?
So now I can't get the gun store again. What am I missing here? 762 armed. Here we go. I think I had the co-pilots already. Screwed up.
Gazelle had a lot of promise with that whole shared cockpit thing.
Yeah.
It just didn't pan out.
The Gazelle is really fun to fly, but it's their throttle needs some work. Or they're collective.
Yeah, she's twitchy.
And the guys at Polychop said they had the model redefined and they were going to be releasing it, but man, these guys suck so far. That sounds so cool.
Oh, the minigun's going?
Oh yeah, well, especially as you're flying right over me and shit. Sounds awesome. It's like Apocalypse Now and shit.
I'm trying to kill these cars over here, but I don't think they're short cars to blow up.
Alright, now I gotta remember where the hell is the fuel gauge in the Gazelle. I mean, once you get used to flying the Gazelle, this thing is really fun.
It looks like it's a little fun sports car to fly around.
Well, especially you can do barrel rolls in it.
Ah,
It's really good. It's got really good sass on it too. So as long as you don't overfly it, it'll pretty much park it wherever you want it to go.
for some good landing spots in these towns over
used to be able to start this thing up by myself, but I can't remember that anymore.
That's because we're old, man.
It's because I keep playing with all these other modules.
Yeah.
The only one I keep consistent is my Loved 18.
Dude, that's gonna be sick when you get that. That's put it in there. That seat to sit in, man.
Oh man, I can't wait.
And the Greek got the same one, right?
Yeah, Greek's got the same one coming.
That's crazy.
It cost him, I think, $50 more in shipping because he's just south of me in Oklahoma.
Okay.
But yeah, we're still waiting for it to come across on ship, and then they have to get it to us.
Does it have like butt kickers and stuff in it?
They designed the seat pan so that Greek and I could both attach our sound shakers to the bottom, so we can lift the seat pan up and attach our bass shakers there. Alright, I got this thing started, waiting on my INS, I guess. This thing actually has navigation that I don't know how to use.
You still never
Used it one time.
Yeah. It's the only thing about the Huey. I just wish we could slap some navigation in that thing.
Oh yeah, man, that's craziness.
I mean, that's one thing I look forward to the Kiowa and the Apache, because you'll be able to do that. I mean, you can do it in the Gazelle and the KA-50, but I'm like, those aren't my airframes I love.
I would most be excited about a 60. If we just got like a 60 where you could make it like a DAT bird with like 30 mil and rockets and miniguns on it, or change it to like a regular assault bird with miniguns in the windows, or it gives a lot of options and configurations. Make it a Navy bird. So then you can go shoot stuff, you can do landing stuff.
I'm above you.
Let's see if I can go in this house. Pretty tricky. Try that again.
I'm right behind you, following you.
Alright, I'll land on this house that's on this road up here. Or try to, at least. Don't fall off backwards!
Oh, there goes your tail.
Oh man.
Yeah, I get it, man, because I'm sitting here flying this thing, and the Gazelle goes right instead of left, and I'm like all ass backwards.
Gotta get a new plane. Gas. Much.
Request refueling.
It's just something about flying the helicopters that is just satisfying.
It's hard. It's a different challenge.
I mean, I kind of look forward to the Hind and the Apache. I look forward to them both because I think they'll be fun.
I just wonder how like the autopilot thing's gonna work, you know?
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, they do the auto hover in the KA-50 and this Gazelle pretty well.
Right, but like, isn't it designed for one person in the K-50?
Yeah, KA-50 is a one-person helicopter. So the Hind and the Gazelle are going to be the only like dual, I mean, actual dual. Because the Huey, you don't need the co-pilot for shit.
Yeah.
Rearming complete. It's so funny seeing those dudes in that tiny little bubble. It's like there's zero room to move.
This canopy is pretty small. I would say we're pretty good pilots if we could actually do this for real.
Oh yeah.
Do any of your officers, have they ever tried DCS, the Huey, to see how it is compared to the ones you guys fly?
I was trying to get my boss in to fly it. But I haven't actually got someone over to actually do it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what your actual Huey pilots think.
Yeah. It's funny because I jump in the sim a lot, and it is very different. Very, very different.
How so? Is it just heavier controls in the real thing, or what?
No, like all the three different controls, like your pedal, your cyclic, and your collective. When you move one, it affects the other two. You've got to compensate. So you're making inputs on all three. But in DCS, like I can just set my collective and then just fly this thing around like a jet. But if
I see that.
If I wanted to turn in real life, I would need to make a power change, then a pedal change, and then a cyclic turn in order to keep the ball in and keep it flying true. So you can get a real helicopter pilot to sit in this thing, and he'll be like, "Oh wow, this is amazing," because he's gonna do all those things naturally. But you can also jump in and just rip it around, and
fly it just the same. So
Makes sense, yeah. It's in different perspective, you know, like if you take a pilot into a sim he's never been in, he's going to think it's awesome. But if you take a sim pilot and put him in like like what you're talking about, we have the nuances of difference that we can feel.
But the sims, I mean, this is great as a sim because you can do things in here that you can't do in the real aircraft, and that's exactly what a sim is for. You can get in here and like cut the fuel off and do it auto, you know, like you can simulate all those things, and it's better to do it in this than it would be to do it in a real aircraft because you can just send it. Like for example, like if I were flying straight and level and I had a lot of torque in, if I put left pedal in, I would see my torque rise, and I can over torque it. So because you're pushing the nose to the left, and then you're bringing that blade across your nose even faster through the air. So you would see a rise in torque. And then the inverse is true. If you were to put a right pedal in, if you bring your nose to the right, then that blade's not going as fast into the wind, and so what'll happen is it'll overspeed. So you gotta like pull collective in to bring the nose left, but you gotta let collective out to bring the nose to the right.
Just forcing it with the pedal?
Yeah, so you gotta make those inputs a little, like a split second early, just to keep everything in a coordinated turn. I guess it's the same way of flying a 172, you know, like you just can't roll it over and pull the nose back. You gotta add a little bit of pedal.
Yeah. Well, you can hear it, you know, in the 172, you know when you're not flying coordinated because the air that makes noise, you know.
Yeah, like in a real lineup, if I were to roll it over and try and turn it like I do in here, I would slip out of the sky. Because the nose would stay on its heading, whereas in here I can just pull it around.
What do you mean by that?
Like if you roll, like if I were to roll the Yankee to the left, the nose would stay pointed where it's supposed to be going, and I could never pull the stick back and get the nose to change heading.
Oh, okay.
The nose would go the other way, and then I would be slipping out of the sky. Like I would be flying towards my like 10 o'clock and falling pretty quickly.
Why is that? There's not enough lift in the rotor when you put that much of a...
Well, when you roll any aircraft, right, like the surface area that's giving you that lift gets smaller.
Right.
So you have to increase the power because you've decreased that lifting surface. And you have to put pedal in to bring your nose around to the left.
Ah, I'm getting kicked.
Oh yeah, so did I. It's lame, man.
I wonder what's up with our servers, man. They've been wonky.
That's crushes your soul a little bit.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of us on there.
But that's what Blackpool or that other one always seems to do. I'm working on, I have a laptop that has the power, and since it does, and the only thing it lacks is well, it has a good graphics card, but it overheats, so it'll blow up. But since the server doesn't need graphics, I may be able to do it on a laptop. I'm trying to bring that up now.
And the server, it looks like the whole entire server went down. That's not even letting me connect to the remote.
Yeah.
I don't see him on the list.
I don't see any of our servers.
I didn't see server 3 before.
Yeah, I just saw 1 and 2.
We gotta have a BT meeting to see if we can get the move to a hosted server network, if it's important to us.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it comes down to, you know, do member